Okay, good morning, everybody. Looks like we are ready to rock. Thank you for joining us, rejoining us. We have started our 8-ball event. We're here in Red Deer, Alberta at the Alberta Bar Box Championships. Yesterday was the 9-ball event. Today is going to be the 8-ball event. Tomorrow will be the 10-ball event. Yeah, you're right, Jim. This is not the 9-ball. There is still 6 left in the 9-ball event, and we will get that played as soon as there's a bit of a lull here. But they wanted to get the 8-ball event happening. I believe there was 45 entries into the 8-ball event. I will double check that number, but there was 45 on the list. So first match up this morning, we've got Grant B versus Greg Karins. Sorry, I'm not familiar with Grant, but I do know that he came all the way from Vernon to play the event. Greg Karins is local to our hometown, so I, of course, know who he is. The scoreboard does say 9-ball, but I will change that. Thank you, Jim. This is 8-ball. I believe we are going to 7. I need to double check that. Give me 1 second, guys. Sorry, guys, just have somebody double checking that for me. How's Big Bad John doing? Big Bad John, which one are you talking about? John Wyden? Your namesake. That's your namesake there, Grant Patton. We have a really strong field of players happening today. Just to name a few, as I look around the room, there is Sean McKay, there is Eric Vargas, Joe Spence, Greg Karins, Ben Francis, Mike Pringle-Isaac. Nick Kruger has made it all the way from Penticton. Dwayne Bjornstad, Larry Whopper, Sean Bulachowski from Drumheller. Lots of great players in the room today. John Wyden is another one. We just started, Dan. These are the first matches of the day. I don't see John on the main floor, so he may be playing upstairs. The draw is not online this weekend, so I don't even have a draw to refer you to. Good morning, Paul. Thank you for joining us. If I get everybody just to hit that share button, let's get the viewers up. First matches of the day, we are gonna go all day and all night. It's gonna be a long one today. Deborah, Stephen Holem, are you talking about? 40 players we had enter this tournament. Sorry. Must have been a couple last-minute dropouts. So 40 players, and we are racing to 7. Both sides? 7 and 6 we're racing to. Stephen Holem, if you're talking about him, he opted to take yesterday off. he has been on the road for about, I'm going to say, close to 2 months since before the Westerns. So that was probably the second weekend of February he took off. Or the first week of February. So it's been a good month anyways that he's been on the road. And then he did the Westerns in Edmonton, and then he was home briefly before Penticton. After Penticton, he took a short little vacation to Vancouver with his family, was home for about 5 hours, and then took off to Niagara for the CCS Canadians. And then they stuck around for about a week, played some action matches, and he just got home yesterday afternoon, about 1:30. And so he opted to take yesterday off just to hang with his girls and sleep in his own bed, have a home-cooked meal, relax. And he was supposed to come out this morning. However, I heard his ride bailed last minute, so I'm not sure if we're actually going to see him this weekend, which is unfortunate. Hi, guys. Hi, Audrey. Thanks for watching. Good morning, Nebraska. Thanks for joining us, guys. It is going to be myself pretty much solo for most of the day. Ben and Grant are both playing in this event, so you guys will have to bear with me. These tables are playing lightning fast, Pete. So Lorne, the owner here of Corner Pocket, takes really good care of his equipment. He had these tables redone about a week ago, and he's trying a new cloth. This is a Mexican higher synthetic content cloth. It is more economical, and he thought he would try it out. However, they run slick. And the players are finding it a little tricky because they did resurface the bed of the table, but they did not do the rails. So it's taken some adjustment for a lot of the players. If you ever have a chance to come down and check out the Corner Pocket, it is a fantastic room. It's massive. Lauren here has got 16 7-foot diamond tables, 12 9-foot diamond tables, and 4 snooker tables. And 8 of those 7-foots are upstairs in the mezzanine. So it's a massive place. His staff and the food here is incredible. Really reasonably priced, so it's affordable to be here all day. His equipment is amazing. He does the best that he absolutely can. And when you have this many tables, I don't blame him. He wanted to try something different. It was definitely more affordable to do all the tables for this event. But we'll see how the feedback goes. Hey, Cassandra, thanks for joining us. This is what Paul does all day and all night. We have a pretty great pool community online and off. There's probably hundreds and thousands of experience that we get to stream. There's some really great players in this room. Yeah, I'm not sure, Lan. They usually host the Alberta Bar Box over the Easter weekend, but I'm not sure. Maybe there was some scheduling conflicts. I'm not really sure. Good morning, John. It's a tough little shot there for Grant. That 8-ball was tied up. Gonna give Greg here ball in hand. Greg leaves himself a nice little angle just to pop back up for that 8-ball. Wow, he barely touched that, and that cue ball just kept going. Slightly heavy. These tables are running really fast. Todd, I had the breakfast bowl for breakfast. So it's hash browns with your choice of eggs, sausage, bacon, or ham with cheese. And I think it came with 2 eggs for $10. Fantastic, and it was delicious. Grant B is not the commentator, Chad. That is Grant Z. And he is also playing the event. He is upstairs on the other table. We will see him, I'm sure, at some point today. Oh, she's under the weather. Sorry, guys, got my morning lips on. Well, thank you for joining us, Cassandra. I was just saying that this is Paul's pool fix. Every weekend, typically, this is where you'll find him, sitting in front of the screen. This is the first match of the day, guys. So 40 players. It's going to be a long one. So make sure that you have your chargers handy. Your data plans are topped up. Sunny Saskatchewan. It's not so sunny here. Red Deer, we woke up to a big bout of fog. And it was chilly this morning. So 40 players we have today for the 8-ball event, guys. We had an even 32 for the 9-ball yesterday. That 9-ball event still is not complete. They left it with the top 6 still left to play, and we'll get that done probably at some point today if we get a lull. But we will find a champion eventually. It was $90 to enter each event, or $250 to enter all 3. Good to hear, guys. Good to hear. Hey, Cassandra. Heard you're under the weather. Hope you feel better soon. A little bit of a back cut here for Greg. Work that out pretty good. But man, these tables are fast. A little bit of draw on this 3 just to come off that left-hand rail. Well, he's got a shape ball. So Grant's going to have a swing at this table here. The only problem I see is that little cluster in the top left. Greg's going to have to go a couple of rails here to come to the top side of that 8-ball. It does go to the top right, but he's going to lose the cue ball a little bit here. Unless you just give it a little tap. That works too. So that's going to put Greg at 3. First matches of the day. Morning pool is always the worst. You just got to get a couple of matches under your belt. Got a lot of great players in the room today, so make sure you guys stay tuned. We've got a few travelers in the room. Adam Wood came all the way from BC. I cannot remember the name. Prince George. Prince George. Adam Wood is from Prince George. Mike Pringle Isaac came all the way from Kamloops. Nick Kruger. Oh, Rock Creek. I'm sorry. I stand corrected. I sit corrected. Nick Kruger is here from Penticton. Grant Batten here that we're watching from Vernon. Quite a few BC players today. Carlos Barbosa from Edmonton. A lot of players from Calgary, obviously. This is probably one of the most popular tournaments we have in the Alberta area throughout the year. The Wild Rose that they hold in Edmonton every year typically gets about 100 players. They actually get more than 100 players. They actually cap it at about 100, 110. The Stampede Bar Box in Calgary, that happens in the first week or two of July. And this one here. This one has had up to about, I want to say 95 or 100 players. But the pool community and the event scene has just grown so substantially here in the last couple of years that we just have so many conflicting tournaments now, which is fortunate, but yet unfortunate. The players get a lot of choices these days, so we are losing a few players to a couple of the other events that are typically here. Hey, Millie. No one from the East Coast or Maritimes. It's typically a little pricey to travel out here. So we don't see a lot of Easterners out here. Grant's on the board with that 8-ball. Yeah, Gail. So we've actually extended our CSL pool family a little bit. We do have some snooker streaming from out east. We have recently accumulated a CSL partner in the Winnipeg area. We're out here in the Midwest. And then we also have a representative, Lance, that streams out in the BC area. So as our group grows, CSL will try to grow with you guys, give you as many games as possible to watch throughout the week and the weekends, keep you busy. Whatever game holds your fancy. Really nice break here from Greg. Everything is pretty wide open. At first glance here, I'm looking at high ball. And the reason why I'm looking at high ball is because that 7's a little tricky. Got 11 ball sitting out front. The 2 and the 6 are sitting in a little bit of a trickier spot. But everything high ball seems to go with ease without having to work too hard. Yeah, Terry, for us to go out east, it's pretty expensive. I know that when we booked to go to Toronto for the CCS Niagara tournament last year, my flight was about $900. This year, we lucked out and there was a really great seat sale for about 2 months, and the flights were about $300. So to get out to the Toronto area is pricey typically. So to get out to the Maritimes, to the far east, is going to be really pricey. I don't know why the reasoning is, but the flights for us to get around in our own country is substantially more expensive than to get around in the States. When are we coming to Chicago area? I'm not actually sure, John. I know that we're waiting to hear back from the NAPT. I think they're waiting for a contract renewal for some events through them. I hope that does come through. But typically the NAPT is the only reason why we go down to the Chicago area, unless we have somebody reach out to us. So if you guys have a tournament director or an event that you guys are hosting out where you are, please send CSL a message. We will definitely work out a deal for you. What we charge is definitely not unreasonable. We pretty much do it for the love of the game, with some accommodation and a couple meals, some travel expense. But yeah, the guys will work that out for you if you have anything that you want to have streamed. Nice shot by Greg. It looks like he's kind of getting his bearings on the speed of this table. This one runs faster than the other stream table that we have on, so the players are having to adjust on every table that they go to. Like I said, these tables have had new cloth applied probably about a week ago. And it's a different cloth. This is not Simonis cloth. This is a higher synthetic content. So they are very slick, as you can tell. Like, I know, I can see that Greg is actually really trying to lightly hit this cue ball, and it is just taken off on him. Players are finding it really hard to adjust. Thanks, Gail. I see you on here all the time, so thank you for joining us. Oh, scratch on that 8 ball. That was a tough one. So another opportunity for Grant here. Claw back one game closer. Grant's just trying to work out his pattern here, depending on how confident he feels. That 7 ball is kind of hindering, so either take it now A lot of people would actually leave that 7 ball if you're not feeling very confident. This is where you leave that 7 ball because that's makes it a lot tougher for your opponent to get out on that 8. But I like being aggressive here. Just get it out of the way so that you can run the rest of your balls. Overhit that cue ball slightly. You'll find, guys, that your cue ball shape is really tough to hold on this table. So don't be surprised when I tell you that these guys are going to be overrunning quite a bit. After this 2 ball, Grant's got pretty natural shape for the 5. He just wants to make sure that he's cognizant of the angle on that 5 so that he can get down to the bottom of the table for the 3. Wants some angle. And he definitely got it. Opted for the safety, which I like. He knows that making that 5 ball was not going to be an easy shot. Probability was low. So he opted just to leave it tough for Greg. I see coming around a couple of rails. Oh, he opted just for the 1 rail. That's going to work too. If he makes this 5 ball, he's pretty much perfect. He's going to have natural shape on that 8 ball. Oh, he missed the ball. I honestly think that the cloth is kind of getting into these players' heads a little bit. We'll see how the day goes on, but I foresee a lot of over-rolling. A little bit of a gift for Greg there. Yeah, that's what I was just saying. So Greg Karin's is sitting behind me here, and he's like, the speed is murder. It's just killing us. Yeah, Greg is just saying that it would only be faster if they were playing right directly on top of the slate. It's the only reason it would be any faster. I believe that the player who is going to adjust the best to these tables is going to be the champion. Yeah, Gail, you're right. There was a lot of scratches last night, just because, like I said, this cloth has got a higher synthetic content, so it's really slick. And like I said, they resurfaced the beds of the table, but they didn't do the rails. So that's also taking adjustment, because the cue ball is grabbing when it hits the rail, but it's not slowing the balls down. So the player that can adjust to these tables the best is going to be the winner. I believe. But like I was saying earlier, Lauren does take really good care of his equipment here at Corner Pocket. He opted just to try something new for this event. Got a good deal on this cloth. Figured he'd give it a shot, depending on the feedback that he gets about it. He will or may not go with it again. We'll see. But I feel like this cloth is not going to have the longevity that he would get with a regular cloth, a Simonis type. When you have this many tables, it's hard to afford. Yep. Give me 1 second, guys. I just need to rough a shot here. Never mind, I just got canceled. But yeah, like I was saying, when you have this many tables in a hall, I mean, owners are definitely looking for something a little bit more economical, that is for sure. Times are tough everywhere. Lauren has got 8 diamond 7-foots on the main floor here. And he's got 8 7-foot diamonds on the mezzanine upstairs. Then he's got 12 9-foot diamonds and 4 snooker tables in this hall. Highly, highly, highly recommend hitting this place up if you're ever in the area. You heard me talking about my breakfast earlier. The food is fantastic and it is very affordable. I've been to a few pool halls where they charge you an arm and a leg for a pop or a meal. And it makes it very affordable for players to sit there and play and hit balls all day. So I really love this hall for that. They've got a little Italian cook in the back that makes the most fantastic homemade pizzas. Tons of parking, great staff. So this is probably one of my top 3 pool halls to visit if you're in the Alberta area. So Ben got his first match, for those of you who are interested. Ben Francis got his first match of the day. I would assume that we will have the chance to see him play later as the tournament goes a little bit deeper and the day gets a little longer. Oh, it was a perfect shape shot from Grant. Let's make this 8-ball. 1 game closer. Now we're just 4-2. Oops, wrong board. He did recover them all, Brian, all the 7-foots anyways. I don't know if he did the 9-foots. But he did want to make sure that he had all the tables redone for this event. And like I was saying earlier, Lauren takes really great care of his equipment, so hats off to him for wanting to make sure that the tables were redone for this event. But this cloth is a little bit funny. Like I said, this table is running much faster than the other stream table that we have. 8-ball on the break. We're playing BCA rules, guys, so 8-ball on the break. Sorry, 8-ball and cue ball, I believe. 8-ball and cue ball. So this gives the opponent the option to either spot the 8-ball and keep shooting, or re-rack and re-break. If the cue ball had not sunk and the cue ball stayed on the table, it would have been the shooter's option to either spot the 8-ball and reshoot, and keep shooting, or re-break and re-rack and re-break. Sorry guys, my morning lips are not working yet. David, we have just, we left the 9-ball event with the top 6 still to play. It was getting a little late last night, so they chopped it off at the top 6. We will play that top 6 as soon as there's a lull in the tournament or the players are available. They'll keep playing their 9-ball event. But this morning we just started with the 8-ball event. And we had 40 players, so this is going to be a long day. That table was not set up very nice, though. So, like I said, guys, Greg was the original shooter. He scratched and made the 8. So his opponent has opted for the re-rack and re-break. So Greg loses the break because he got the 8-ball and scratched the cue ball at the same time. Oh, there will be a champion, David. If you know these players, you know that they're not going to just chop 6 ways. They're looking for a title. They're looking for the big payout. So at some point, even if it doesn't happen today, it will happen tomorrow. But there will be a champion for sure. So these guys are just saying how they're surprised that Grant is taking the option to re-rack and re-break, because you almost never see that happen. Typically, the player will just spot the 8 and keep shooting. But like I said, that break was not very appealing. Everything was on the along the edge, nothing in the middle of the table. Tough to get shape. Not easy to get a breakout. A lot of trouble balls. Oh, and dry break. So Greg does get another chance at this table. So, David, the bracket is, if I remember correctly, Derrick Moore has already got a spot in the A final. He is waiting for Ben and Dwayne to play. That is the other match on the A side. The loser of Ben and Dwayne will play Joe Spence on the B side. And then I believe Eric Vargas and Larry Whopper are also on the B side, if I remember correctly. We had an even 32 players play the 9-ball event yesterday, an even 40 for today's 8-ball, and we'll see what happens with tomorrow's 10-ball. $90 per event to play. or $250 if you wanted to play all three. Yeah, I'd love to give you facts, David, but the draw sheet is not online, and it is way over there. It's a big place. Strategically, I'd like to get Lauren to move that draw sheet closer to where I'm sitting so that I can easily look, but it's on the other side of the room. I'd love to give you the facts. However, like I said, the score sheet or the draw sheet is way on the other side of the room. And I've got my headset on and I'm wired into the computer, and also I'm a little bit lazy. So it's a tough one. Greg was trying to get on the backside of that 3-ball. So 3-ball is a tough one to get on. Looking forward to the 10-ball event. You know what, Terry? I really like the 10-ball. It is very similar to 9-ball. You are going by number, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all the way up to 10, and it is call shot. So unlike 9-ball, flukes do not count. But like 9-ball, you are going in numerical order. So it's kind of a combination of the two games, which I really like. Yeah, Terry, you'll find that at times I'm a little too honest. So Greg's going to give ball in hand to Grant here. Grant wants to look at a way to get a little bit of a bump on that 14-15 ball on the top rail there. Tough to get at. Just a slight nudge will do. Something like that. Came out all right. It didn't look good, but that 15 ball kept rolling. He's got a good opportunity here. That 15 ball will come to the bottom left. Depends on how he wants to play it. He is close to that rail, so jacking up is possible, but it makes it a little bit tougher. He's just going to try and put middle ball on it here. Good recovery. I think Grant's back on track now. Just need to concentrate on your shape and your speed. Everything goes. Ideally. Oh. So I was going to say, ideally, I would want to leave the 14 and 10 for my last balls because that gives you good shape on the 8. For the 8 to come to the bottom of the table, either in the side or the bottom of the table. But he opted to bump into it, which has kind of put him in a tough tougher scenario. But he owns that pocket now. That was very fortunate for Grant and very unfortunate for Greg. However, Greg does have a little bit of angle on this 3. Maybe he can make something happen here. Yeah. Mike is sitting beside me here, and he said that that 8 ball is also bankable, which is true. But I think it's tough with how fast these tables run. It's hard to keep that cue ball in check, but Greg seems to have worked out that touch. He's because he's finding it so hard to adjust to the speed of this table, he's opting to slow roll a lot of shots rather than play the 2 or 3 rails, and it seems to be working out for him. Greg was saying earlier that these tables couldn't be any faster unless you were playing actually on top of the slate. So he was having a hard time adjusting to the speed. So that's going to put Greg at 5. We're racing to 7, so Grant's going to have to step on the gas here a little bit. I'm not sure if I heard anything drop on that break. Looks like another dry break for Grant. I think I like low ball here. So does Greg. Simply because getting on that 13 ball is a little bit tough. The 14 ball by the 8 is a little tricky. Everything low ball goes without too much work. That was a nice shot by Greg just to hold that cue ball. Looks like Greg's getting the hang of the speed of this cloth. That is the 1 ball behind the 11. The 9 ball is in front of the 12 on at the left side pocket there. think Greg's actually in good shape here. He just wants to roll this one ball in. Ideally, get back to about to where he's at for that 8 ball on the left side. It is tough to hold on these tables, though. The cloth is super slick. And the adrenaline in your swing, you don't want to overhit that. It's just waiting for Joe to finish his shot in the top right corner there so he can get some good placement. I'm not really sure what Greg's doing behind me here. Oh, he busted out new chalk. So he was just trying to open up his package. Busted out his Kamui chalk, it looks like. Oh, that's a nice shot too. Came around the 8 ball. 8 ball does go in the top right. Like I said, he was probably finding it hard to hold that cue ball. Tables are running so fast. Came around really nice. Woo. Just rolled it in. That puts Greg Karin's on the hill. And he's breaking. Thanks for catching that, David. I have to admit, I was thinking the same thing when I said it. I was like, oh, that could have been taken the wrong way. But his Kamui package opened up some new chalk. Yeah, definitely not streaking. No streaking today. Sorry guys, just zoned out there for a quick second. Trying to get a picture of a couple of guys. Some representation here for CSL. They're wearing their Alberta Cup shirts. They just look really sharp. Yeah, we definitely don't want to be seeing any streaking in this room. These pool player bods happening in this room. If you catch my gist. My name is Stephanie Gabriel. I've actually been a long time kind of crew member of CSL. Grant is my husband, but initially it was Ryan and I who, Ryan started it, and I tried to team up with Ryan at the very beginning. But with two little guys at home, I just couldn't commit for all the hours and time that the guys were running around and doing this. So I opted just to stay part-time. Grant came in more full-time. And where it allows, we're both around. We're in Red Deer this weekend, so it's nice and close to home. Only about an hour-and-a-half drive. So I was able to make it this week. Come out and hang with you guys and let the guys do some playing. I know it's been a little rough on them because they do like to support the events that they stream. If they're able to play, they like to play in it. However, it's the pros and the cons are many, and that means that the stream is left unmanned a lot of the time. So I am also a pool player. However, these tournaments are a little over my head. These guys are great shooters. So I typically end up just sitting behind the computer here, sit and gab with you guys all day. Then there's a little bit of coverage and some noise, a little bit of commentary. I can keep you guys in check and informed. You know what I'm saying, Paul. We're not streaming in the middle of a gym here. So I don't know how well the streaking would go over. Might be good for a laugh. You could always use a good laugh. I was just saying there was somebody saying that, talking about streaking in the pool hall, and I said this is probably not the place where you're going to want to see a streaker. This pool player bodies, we're not streaming in the middle of a gym. So if you didn't hear me say earlier, Ben did get his first match. I'm sure we will see him at some point today. Good contact on that 2-ball by Greg. Not a terrible leave either. Grant does have that 12-ball on the side, but he is shooting off the rail. It looks fairly straight. He might have a little bit of angle. Just come off that rail for the 13 in the bottom right pocket. He's going to have to be cognizant on the shape for that 10-ball. Wants to be on the bottom end of the table for the 10-ball to shoot up. So we'll see how he works that out. The only update I have, Paul, is Ben came back. He did get his match. Joe is still playing his first match. He's playing Brett Miller from local to Red Deer here, and a really fantastic shot. If you watched Late Night last night, Brett was shooting the 9-ball really great. made it pretty far. Eric Vargas looks like he got a bye. He has not played a first match yet. Who else can I update you on? Mike Dunn and Carlos Barbosa played. I believe Carlos won that one. Grant is still playing, and he's playing upstairs, so I don't even know. I can't even give you an update on him. But I'll keep you guys informed as I find out the results. Well, thanks, Gabriel. Thanks for tuning in. We do have the best viewers. I was saying to Grant actually the other day that we have a really great pool community physically, like here in our area and on the stream. Like, our viewers are fantastic. We very rarely have to slap any viewers around for trolling or rude, inappropriate comments. Everybody has been very good for the most part. Every once in a while we got a guy that we'll have to take out of there, but our viewers are fantastic. Lunch, Todd. I'm not even thinking about lunch. I just had that breakfast bowl and I am like stuffed. The food is really great here. The buff commentators. We'd have a long way to go between Grant and I to get buff. That's a lot of gym hours. Steven is feeling good. I actually saw him before I left home yesterday. He seems to be back to normal, but it did take him quite a while to get over that food poisoning or whatever it was that he had in Niagara. He said it was all because of one super spicy chicken wing. I guess it was like a really, like a suicide wing. He ordered hot wings and he's like, it's like 10 times the most spiciest wing he has ever had. So he had one and it knocked him out, and it took him days to get his bearings back. So good match by Greg there. He was able to finish that out. So let's see what we got going on this other table here. This is Sean Bulachowski, all the way from Drumheller. I am unfamiliar with his opponent. His opponent's name is George. I am not sure who is who on the scoreboard, but it looks like it is 5-2 for somebody. I could definitely go for some pho, Todd. Actually, Joe Spence and I were talking about that earlier. If there's a lull and he gets a little break at some point, we might just run up the street for a nice big hot bowl. Oh, thanks, Paul. Absolutely. It's a you scratch our back and we'll scratch yours kind of relationship. I like to think that we have the best viewers. Everybody's out there just trying to, you know, sponge some knowledge, watch some great matches, learn a couple of things, have some good conversation. That's how we're going to keep the sport alive. The object was just to put it on the stream, make it easily accessible for people, keep it free. And, you know, we're not pro players by any means. I mean, a couple of us are on the verge, but, you know, we'll pass on whatever knowledge we have and what we see on the table and some recommendations that we possibly have, or just little tidbits here and there, just kind of keep you interested, get those wheels going. I would have to say, since we started streaming, my game has improved immensely just because I'm able to see a table a little more differently. Uh, I'm open to more options. Um, my table patterns and how to run out is definitely better. So my game has actually come up just by sitting and watching great pool, because these guys can run tables and work their way out of scenarios that I never would have even thought of. So it's a great learning tool, and Grant will tell you that it's probably the best tool that you can have in your back pocket. Even if you're at home, take out your phone, videotape yourself playing a match. You'll be able to see yourself why you missed a shot, see yourself move your back arm or jump up, stand up from a shot. It's a great learning tool just to be able to watch yourself play. Then you end up being a little bit more cognizant of, maybe why you missed a shot or how you didn't get out on that table. I thought I put left on that ball when you actually just put middle. Sean ended up with really good shape on that 8 ball had he made that 12. Yeah, I think you're right, Paul. Me too. It is inspiring to watch, and it kind of lights a fire, and it makes you want to get better. So the stream is great for that. What kind of equipment, Wayne? Like just to stream yourself? You can stream yourself. You can either just videotape yourself just with your phone. You can get a really inexpensive selfie tripod for, 10, 20 bucks. Super handy to have. I know that a lot of the guys in our area have these little selfie tripods, and they just stream their own matches. If they end up with a cheap money set or something like that, they'll throw it on a stream and they'll Facebook Live it to whoever their friends are, for those who are interested. So really all you need is a phone and some sort of phone holder. Obviously, the higher elevation you can get your phone, the better, because then you can kind of get a little bit more of a bird's eye view of the table. Right now, these tripods are probably 8 or 9 feet up in the air. So that's the view you're getting from a 9-foot view. Obviously, if you're just putting your phone on a table, it's the view is going to be flatter. But if you're just watching yourself, shooting a match, hitting some balls, trying to work out patterns and stuff like that, a flat view is fine too. It'll work. You definitely want to be cognizant of placement of your phone. You want to be close to a wall outlet because you're going to use a lot of battery life. Have a battery pack, and that's pretty much all you need. Yeah, shape is very important, Terry. I mean, you'll see, especially as the day goes on. Like I said, we've got a lot of great players in this room, but the cream will always rise to the top, and the guys that are in the finals are going to be in the finals for a reason. It's inspiring to watch these guys shoot. You'll learn quite a bit from watching good players, and our outlook through CSL is, if you're able to afford to play better players, that is where you're going to get the most bang for your buck. You will never learn anything playing even or lower caliber opponents. So if you're able to, or if you have, cheap tournaments in and around your area, keep playing those tournaments, guys. Make sure that you're supporting your hulls, getting your time in with the good players, because that is where you're going to learn the most. So it looks like George is low ball here, and he is just trying to figure out a way how to get his 3-5 without running into that 8-ball. It's in a tough spot right here. I mean, I think that there's no real safe place you can leave Sean. So I think you kind of just got to go balls to the wall here and just go for it. I bank this 5-ball. That is not going to work. Even if that 5-ball had sat right in between the Q and the 8, Sean would have been able to go off the rail first and make that 8-ball. So that's where I'm saying I would have you just got to go for it there. I don't really have much choice. 5-3-4. So the score is 5-3 for George. 5-3 for George. So we'll give George 5, Sean 3. Yeah, absolutely, Todd. Yeah, I heard you guys had a good time in Phoenix there. Yeah, like I said, I don't think that there's any way that you could have left that shot safe. You are either making your position harder. If you roll up any ball up towards the 8, that doesn't allow you to ever get out. And that 8-ball was like hanging right in the middle of that pocket. So any rail first, any kick, any nudge, I think the wind would have blown that 8-ball in. So. That was a tough one. I think you needed to bank that 5 just as a stop shot. Then you would have had the 3 in the bottom left. I think that's the only way you get out on that one there. But from behind here, I make every shot, and it's simple. Much harder when you're at the table, for sure. So George is going to go low ball here, which I like. I also prefer the low ball. Only trouble for the low ball is that 4. I do not believe it goes in the bottom right pocket. It will either have to be developed or go to the left bottom pocket. Maybe he'll get it here. Looks like nice shape. So George is going to try and pick off this 4-ball right now, and then he's free rolling. Nice angle to get back to the top end of the table. Unless he does that. Oh, my commentary's curse is strong today. We'll see how that curse goes and plays out for the rest of the day. But it was pretty strong yesterday too. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm just trying to get in on this last match here. I'm going to just flip over to this match here for a quick second. So this is Joe and Brett. they are Hill. It is 6-6, their first match of the day. And Brett was playing really strong yesterday. So one of the boys, one of the favorites, Joe Spence, first match of the day, going Hill with Brett Miller. Sorry guys, I thought they were going to start. Brett seems to be having a few issues racking these balls. Looks like we're good to go now. So we'll just watch this one last game here because they are Hill, and then we'll go back to the feature table. Dry bake for Joe. Not the easiest of tables, I will tell you that. Lots of trouble balls on this one. Looks like Joe is going to go high ball, which is good. That is all low balls in the top right corner there, so he picked off the one trouble ball there. Looks like he's going to play some sort of combination here. I can't really tell from the angle if that 9 ball goes 9 ball to the 14 or if he's going to go 9, 15, 14. Nope, the 9 ball had a window. However, Joe is not really happy with the placement of that 9. I do not believe the 15 passes that 9 now. So now he's going to have to figure something out. 15 into the 9. Looks like he's going to go for the combo. That's pretty much all he's got. He really wants to leave that 13 ball on the left-hand pocket there because that 13 gives him shape for the 12 ball into the same pocket. That was a nice shot. Perfect angle, come back up for that 13 ball. Wants to be fairly straight on that 13 so that he's got the good angle on the 12. That will do. And that is how you pick apart a table like that. So I just wanted to show you guys that game because that game was Hill. We'll go back to one of our feature tables, Sean Bulachowski from Drumheller and George, who I am not familiar with. But George is up on Sean, 5-3, racing the 7. So Ben has made it through the first round. Joe has made it through the first round. That is all I know for sure as of right now. I have some speculative guesses, but oh wow, what a great attempt that was. That was close. Sean's got a good opportunity to get another one on the board here. I would, it looks like he's got just a little bit of angle on this 10, so I would put a little bit of a stun stroke on this, just to slide over to the left-hand side of that rail. Have the 13 for the 9-15 and shoot the 8 ball up. That's how I see this table though, but Sean opted to roll into it, which is genius also. That will work. The 9 ball is not over yet, Robert. They opted to cut it off yesterday with the top 6 still remaining. And they will play that out at some point today when there's a lull in the tournament and the players become available to play. We still have the top 6 left. As of right now, it is Derrick Moore who has a spot in the A-side final. He is waiting for an opponent, which is the winner of Dwayne Bjornstead and Ben Francis. The loser of Dwayne and Ben will play Joe Spence on the B-side. And the other B-side match left to go, I believe, is Larry Whopper and Eric Vargas. Nice out by Sean. Good thing that 5 ball was there. So that's another one on the board for Sean. Keeping it nice and close. Chuck, we are in Red Deer, Alberta. Red Deer is kind of the halfway point in between the 2 major cities of Calgary and Edmonton. Every year, the Corner Pocket holds this event. It's the Alberta Bar Box Championships. 9 ball is on the Friday, 8 ball on the Saturday, and 10 ball on the Sunday. So 3 events. $90 to enter each event, or $250 to enter all 3. This event is probably one of the favorites that Alberta holds throughout the year. However, as I was saying earlier in the stream, we have a couple of competing events happening this weekend, which kind of drew a few of the other players away. This tournament here has been up to about 100 players. It's been one of the favorites. But fortunately, or unfortunately, however you want to look at it, we have kind of had an influx of events throughout Alberta. Our pool scene is very strong, and so it's kind of pulling numbers from a couple of the bigger events, which is unfortunate, but really good for the players to have choices and options. But the corner pocket is one of my favorite pool halls within Alberta. It's probably one of my top 3. Really big, spacious room. It's a 2-story room. He has a mezzanine built kind of on one side where he's got 8 of the 7-foot diamonds. On the main floor, he's got another 8 7-foot diamonds plus 12 9-foot diamonds and 4 snooker tables. Fantastic staff here and very affordable and delicious menu. Well, Chuck, you never know. If you happen to be in the Alberta area for whatever reason one day, maybe take a pool vacation here. Our pool scene, like I said, is very strong. There's typically always a tournament or a weekly tournament that you can hit up. A couple of these pool halls would love to have you, just even for a couple hours. But we've actually had a few of those. A few of the viewers from the streams have just either taken a working holiday or had some vacation time they needed to use, and they've come to Alberta just for a few days or a week or whatever, hit up a tournament and come and seen the pool halls that we stream out of and played some of the boys, do a little meet and greet. We'd love to have you if that's ever in the idea books. Well, Chuck, I will tell you, if you ever have a little bit of extra pocket money that you're looking to burn off, the Stampede Bar Box is probably the best one for you to convince your family to come along to. The Calgary Stampede, it happens the first and second weekend of July every year. It's a 10-day rodeo party. The Stampede is where the city pretty much shuts down for 10 days. And it is just hooting and hollering and drinking and carnival, family, festival time. So if that is ever an option for you, I would say the Stampede Bar Box tournament happens every year, first and second weekend of July for 10 days. Is perfect. You can come play the Stampede Bar Box tournament and then take off and go spend a couple of days at the Stampede with the family. It would probably not be cheap with 6 kids, but it would be a whole lot of fun. Grant got his match. That has been confirmed. I haven't been able to keep tabs on him. He was upstairs on the other level. So Grant has won his. Joe won his. Ben got his. We'll just wait for a couple other results to roll in. We'll keep you guys posted. It is a lot of fun, Bonnie. 10 days where the city just shuts down, and it's just a great time. People come from all over the world. We have one of the largest parades that happens on that first Friday. And then it's just rodeo, chuck wagons, calf roping, bucking broncos, huge carnival, carnival food. They bring in new delicacies every year. They have free shows. We have big concerts happening at that time. Like everything downtown pretty much shuts down, and we actually have roads that get turned off to traffic, and it's just street shows. It's pretty much what Calgary is known for every year. So if that's ever an option for you guys, where you guys are looking to come for a good tournament, but you're tied into family too, that's a good one to come to that will accumulate and accommodate both. I believe this year the Stampede Bar Box is going to be July 5 to 7. So it is over the Friday, Saturday, Sunday, but the Stampede goes for 10 days. So keep that one in the mind. Chuck, I am telling you, we have a really great pool community. I'm sure we can work something out. That's in Calgary, Bonnie. Calgary, Alberta, Canada. And if you're able to make a little vacation of it, we are about an hour away from the Rocky Mountains. That's always another great place to visit if you're in the area. I am telling you, it is absolutely stunning and absolutely breathtaking. You will not experience anything like the Rocky Mountains. So lots to do if you're in the area, lots of options. Looks like Sean's got this A-ball to the top right corner. Great shot if he can make it. And he does. What a great shot that was. We're at 5-0s, racing to 2. Where's the Bar Box tourney? The Stampede Bar Box tournament is in Calgary. That's to be held at the Hidden Spot. The Hidden Spot is the pool hall that holds it every year. And that'll be on the 7-foot diamonds. Johnny, there is no online draw for this event. Lissa is running this event, and it is all on paper. So I'm trying to give you guys updates as I get the guys walking by. I can confirm the outcome of their games, but we're just getting into the second round of matches right now. A little bit of a late start this morning. Too cold for you, Todd. You know what? I bet you once we get you into the mountains, you won't even notice the cold. It is definitely a little bit more brisk than what you're used to, but you will be so awestruck by the scenery that it won't even matter. One pocket in the Alberta area, Chuck, is not as popular. We are very 7-foot and 9-foot driven, but mostly 8, 9, 10 ball. One pocket is starting to make its way in, and you'll find some players that do play it, but not many. Looks like Sean's going high ball here. Running into a few things, trying to make some things happen, develop some balls, which he accomplished. Not bad overall. Just one little issue he's got to work out with that 10-1-14 in the middle there. But that 14 ball does roll up to the top right, if that's an option. I would actually, to get on that, the 10 ball actually goes to the top left too. So I think he's okay. I would actually roll up on this 13 and play that 9 ball in the top left corner. That gives you shape for either the 10 or the 14, however your shape works out. But then that works out that situation pretty nicely. Okay, he's opting to just take the 9-ball out of the equation, which I'm good with too. He takes this 10-ball up to the corner. That then opens up the side for that 14-ball. We actually have quite a few snooker players, Wayne. Between Calgary, Red Deer, and Edmonton, there's a good handful of very accomplished snooker players. We actually had Brady Gullin just do one of the snooker tournaments up in Edmonton. Tom Finstad is local to Edmonton. We have a few very accomplished snooker players in the Calgary area too that just snooker tables are not as easy to find in the pool halls. There's only a couple halls that have the snooker tables, so it's just not as easily accessible. But we do actually have a few very good snooker players. So Sean does have this cut of the 14 ball into the side pocket. However, getting shape on that 9 might be a little tricky. This table here, even though it's got the same cloth, is not running as fast as that other one that we were watching previously. So we'll see if Sean's going to be able to get on this 9 ball here. Overhit it. That was going to be a tough one to get on. I think the options were for that 9 ball is you had to get over to the left-hand rail and pick that window between the rail and the 7, or leave yourself a pretty steep cut. Tough one for Sean now. I think that he's able to see the right-hand side of that 9 ball, but like just a sliver of it. He may actually opt to go for the kick. Good contact. Didn't get the ball though. So George is going to get an opportunity to take the lead again. George has had a little bit of work to do there. Left Sean the 9 to the top right corner, but getting on that 8 ball might be a little tricky. 8 ball does not go into the right side. It will go to the top left corner. It'll go to the bottom right corner, and I think those are your only options. But from where he's at, getting shape to go to those pockets is going to be tough. Great pot. Not the shape he was looking for. I think he was just potting the ball and hoping for the best there. You just kind of got to go with whatever the table gives you at some point. So I don't know what he's going to do here. Like I said, that 8-ball only goes to the top left or the bottom right. Seven ball kind of takes away any sort of bank. I kind of looked at that too, but that's such a steep carom. But I think that's pretty much what your what it boils down to. I think that's your only option. Oh wow, he hit that pretty good. Almost made it. Whoops. George is not happy with that shot. It looks like he still has that one, but maybe that 7-ball is just slightly in the way. Oh, did he say it was right on the ball? Can you see that? Is that cue ball frozen to that 7? Oh yeah, he might be right frozen to that 7. It doesn't look like it on the stream. He had to go for the kick, and he almost made it. Oh, left Sean. Long with a slight cut. He almost got the safety there, too. Just slightly overhit for that 5-ball to come into play. And for the first time, I think that's Sean's first lead in this match. Yeah, stay tuned, guys. We got a lot of great pool for you today. I was mentioning earlier that we had some travelers come in from out of town. Nick Kruger is here from Penticton. Mike Isaac Pringle. Mike Pringle Isaac. Pringle Isaac is here from the Kamloops area. Who else have we got here? Grant B is from Vernon. I'm not familiar with him. Adam Wood has come from the Prince George area. So a few players traveled quite a bit of distance to be here today. Fantastic that they could make it. Sean Bulachowski that we're watching here is from Drumheller. Carlos Barbosa from Edmonton. I think he's the Lone Ranger from Edmonton. We typically get quite a few Edmonton players. I think he's the only one for this weekend. Yeah, sorry, Brian. This is the 8-ball event today. Oh, I didn't change that on the screen. That may be why you are confused. I changed it on the other one, but not this one. So sorry, my bad. We are 8-ball today. This is a 3-event weekend. Started with the 9-ball yesterday, 8-ball today, and it'll be 10-ball tomorrow. $90 per event, or $250 if you're going to enter all 3. One of Alberta's greatest tournaments throughout the year. Yeah, 9-ball was yesterday, Monk. We ended the 9-ball event yesterday with 6 still remaining. They were not able to finish that out last night. It was getting a little late. So they left the top 6, and they will get to that at some point today when there's a lull in the tournament or the players become available. But they definitely, for the 8-ball event, because it was the largest number of entries, they wanted to get that underway and started. This is the second matches of the day here. 40 players we had for the 8-ball. So it is going to be a long one. We're going to run probably pretty late tonight, guys. So make sure your tablets are charged. Data plans are topped up. Grant is getting caught up on the what is it called? The Winner's Choice. The Winner's Choice Advantage Pack that they've got going on for sale right now. I will flash it up for you guys in a bit, maybe during the next rack. Steve, I'm not sure what time the 10-ball is going to start tomorrow. I'm going to assume that it's going to start the same time as they used for the 8-ball today, which is a 10 o'clock start. I will confirm that, however, when I see Lorne. But I think that's probably a safe bet. 10 a.m. start for tomorrow. I think we all need a nap, John. We're in our second match of the day, and I'm already starting to fade a little bit. What are the rules for the 9-ball? It was just BCA 9-ball. So 9-ball is typically flukes count. The 9-ball, I believe, only counted in the top 4 pockets, not the bottom 4. And the 9-ball, like I said, is still in progress. We stopped it at the final 6. So just to update you guys, Derrick Moore has got his seat in the A-side final already. He is waiting for an opponent. That is going to be the winner of Ben Francis and Dwayne Bjornstad. The loser of Ben and Dwayne is going to play Joe Spence on the B-side. And the other B-side match waiting to play is Eric Vargas and Larry Whopper. So those are your top 6 for the 9-ball event. Steve, I don't believe it is too late to enter for the 10-ball. You can always message me if you want in the 10-ball, and I will let Lauren know. I can always put you on the list. Dominic, we have a really great and thriving pool scene here in Alberta. So if you love pool, I would definitely consider the move. And or come for a little vacation. Come spend some time with us. There's, like you've noticed, there's always pool going on here. And there's always a tournament to go to, typically within a week or two of each other. So if you love pool and you want to come hang out and play, meet some of the crew, play some of the guys, there's always action here. We can always find you a reasonable set. Recommend a couple of tournaments to head to. Yeah, Terry, we actually expanded just as of recently. We have so many willing partners that have wanted to pick up the streaming. They've been either doing it on their own and not getting very good numbers of viewers. So they contacted us and asked if they could stream through us. And we've known a few of these guys for at least a good year or so. We know that they're pretty reputable pool players and they're not out there hooting and hollering. Professionalism is pretty high on our list. I know it may not seem like it at sometimes, but we have, as of late, picked up a couple of really great sponsors, so we want to be cognizant of how we conduct ourselves on the stream. But we've actually got a counterpart in the BC area. That is Lance, that you'll see in BC streaming a lot of, I think he's streaming Mardi Gras something or other right now, his tournament out there. Recently, Rod Aragata joined us from the Winnipeg area, so he's going to be streaming some Winnipeg, Manitoba events. We also have Snooker Canada that streams through us as well, and then obviously we're local to the Alberta area. So you guys will see some other CSL streams throughout the weekends. As our viewers grow and we grow, the streams will grow, and you guys will have a bunch of things to watch. Tuesday night tourney, Blaine, I do not believe I've heard of the Tuesday night tournament happening in quite a while. I believe they just have a Friday, Saturday, Sunday weekend tournaments going on right now, just because they're so busy with league nights through Monday to Thursday. So I would say no to the Tuesday night tournament, but definitely yes to Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And then you never know. Come summertime, they may reinstate that Tuesday night tournament. But if you're a member of the Calgary pool scene or the Hidden Spot page, they will definitely be advertising those tournaments as they confirm. George has got an opportunity here to make it even. He's got a couple of issues to work out. That 1-6 kind of makes it difficult to work around not having access to that bottom right pocket. That's all good, Terry. I randomly answer questions that aren't asked all the time, so. You guys are getting, it's a free stream, so you're getting free info, regardless whether or not you wanted it. Free info. So Sean Bulichowski here has got a opportunity to shut this game down, this match. Doesn't have a whole lot of options here, though. I think I see possibly a bank on the 1. With just a little bit of roll up and the 6 ball in the same pocket. Doesn't have a whole lot of options here. George took away that bottom right pocket, so. Well, maybe Sean's going for the follow through. We'll see what he's going to do here. Oh, I guess he tried to go for the hook. He tried to pocket both those balls so that George didn't have a shot on the 12. That was very creative. Almost made it. George is just giving him props. What a nice shot, he said. He said, I didn't see that one coming. You almost had me. So I believe George is going to make this 13, and he's got to make shape so that 12 ball shoots up table. Oh, I stand corrected. That also works. That is where you start learning a lot. Because I didn't see that one. George proved me wrong. Okay, so now we're at 6s. We're at 6s. It is Hill Hill. Hill Hill on table 8. The guys are just going to go for a quick break. Hit the washroom before they play this Hill Hill match. So I will take this opportunity and run through just a couple of our sponsors, guys. This Thumper break jump cue is going to be in stock. They are hoping for Monday. They've got confirmation. They're supposed to be in early next week. So CSL will have these in their hot little hands pretty soon. Hit up any of the guys. They will let you test drive one. A fantastic jump break cue for a great price. Jam Up Apparel. Our friend Damien has got a great line of pool wear. You are going to see some of the guys wearing the Jam Up today. Mike Dunn, Carlos Barbosa, Joe Spence, Ben Francis. They've all got their Jam Up stuff on today. I'm actually wearing my Jam Up hoodie today. It is fantastic, super comfortable. Hit up their website, guys. They've got a ton of a variety of stuff that you can choose from, men's, ladies, and Jacoby Cues. We are very proud to be representing Jacoby Cues this year. We are going to have some Jacoby black shafts coming into stock. Do not ask me when, because we are on a very long list of people trying to get their hands on these Jacoby blacks. But I've heard nothing but fantastic things, and in my opinion, I think these guys are going to be better than the Revo. That's the feedback we're getting anyway. Mike Burton Home Team. If you are looking to buy, sell in the area of Alberta, Calgary, this is your team that you want to be in contact with. They have a fantastic team behind Mike and Mike. They're also personal friends and fantastic at what they do, and very accomplished pool players to boot. So you have something in common with these guys. And you'll actually see them in Vegas, I believe, this year. Another sponsor that we are very proud to be in with this year is JB Custom Cases. You guys are going to see these around a ton of places. Most popular case that you're going to see in the pool world. Fantastic cases, super durable and very affordable. Check out their website. You can make any custom case you want. Any color, any pocket. Customize your stitching, your tabs, the color of your case. Tons of options. Bob Danielson Custom Cues. He is the custom cue maker that has created the Sweet Spot 360. This is a shaft that Grant, Ryan, and Ben use. And if you have noticed, Ben's game has come a long way in the last year, and he credits a lot of that to this shaft here. So if you're interested in one of these shafts, they are very affordable. Contact Bob Danielson. Terry, we're going to have a lot of hill matches today. We are not going to have a shortage of hill matches. I don't think. There's a ton of great players in this room. And these players know how to grind it out. Jeff Grant is actually playing in this event, so he just won his first one. He's just taking a quick break before his next match coming up. So Sean is back. He's just waiting for George to come in. Maybe George may have ran outside. I'm not sure. Get some fresh air before he plays his hill match. Thank you guys for joining us today. 40 players we had enter this event. $90 per event, or $250 for all three. While we're waiting for this match to continue, I'll just move our PTZ camera over to this match here that is in progress. This is Mike Isaac playing Greg Karin's. Greg Karin's just broke that table. Just try to adjust my camera here slightly. I don't know what I just did, guys. Yep. Here, how about I just give you an overall view of the room while I've got you here. Sorry, Chinese driver. Okay, so upstairs, that's where the 8 7-foot diamonds are. This is the lower floor, so those are some of the 9-foot diamonds. That's 4 of them. This is the bar. Sorry, this camera doesn't have like a slow rotation button, so we're kind of starting and stopping here. This is our camera setup. This is the hill game that from our feature table that we're looking at. This is Greg Karin's and Mike Isaac Pringle playing right here. This is Lauren. This is the owner of the corner pocket at table 6. He's playing Derrick Moore. I'm not sure who's playing on table 5 there. There's a match going there. There's the draw sheets way over on the end. Number 9, the table at the bottom there, is our other feature table. Those are the draw sheets way over there on the back side. A couple of the snooker tables. Sorry guys, I'm having a hard time getting an angle on this camera to move the remote We might need some new batteries, to be exact. Maybe Ben can get a better angle at it. I think it needs new batteries. Yeah. Sorry, guys. Our camera is running out of juice, but that gives you the gist. Oh. That gives you the gist anyway. We'll see if we can do another room tour afterwards. Oh, I see. Maybe I got to go this way, maybe? Sorry, guys. Ben and I are just trying to figure out this camera, see if we can get it to rotate anymore. Oh, yeah. It'll go the other way. You just got to swing around the other way. Yeah, it's a super nice place. Looks like Ben's going to join me for a few minutes for this hill match. You got another match coming up right away?
I played the winner of Dwayne and Warren.
Okay, so you're waiting for an opponent.
No, sorry, I play the winner of Mike and Greg, but I'm thinking when Dwayne is done, we might be able to play the 9-ball.
Oh, okay. We're going to try and squeeze in the rest of that 9-ball when the players are available. If there's a little bit of a lull or something in the tournament, we can get that pinched off in.
How good is this break for Hill?
Really good. But this, do you know George?
Mm-hmm.
Where's George from?
I believe he's from Nanaimo.
Oh, wow,
Like
okay.
Possibly Vancouver Island, but I know he's from BC for sure.
Oh, okay. I'm not familiar with George, so sorry, guys. I'm not trying to be ignorant by any means, but I'm just not familiar with him. I don't think I've ever seen him play before.
He's usually at the Penticton event.
Okay.
And he was at the Nanaimo event. He made a really good opening shot there. I don't think the 5 will pass the 8, so he's going to have to get short side on it, probably right now.
Think
Draw
so?
over.
I think maybe even the 5 off the rail off the 8. I mean, it's not ideal to move that 8, but I think it'll go. I think there's enough space.
I think he draws between the 13, 12, yeah. Doesn't want to go behind the 12, though.
Oh. George has got kind of unlucky on a couple of
Sean's got to take a look
rolls, yeah.
I'd be curious, too, if I was him. Oh, he can't see enough because he's banking it. I mean, Sean's going to be in a tough spot anyway with where the 12 is.
Oh, bump the 8. Yeah, Sean says that's okay.
I think.
Barely moved, but kudos to George for saying something. I always do like it. I typically don't move that ball back unless it was a big move. But I always appreciate when somebody tells me that they bumped the ball. Good sportsmanship. Don't always assume that your opponent didn't see it because chances are they did, and when you don't tell them, it just makes you look like a jerk.
Or, so like I move a ball in playoffs one year, and I'm on the last ball before the 8, and it's just a stop shot, and the ball wasn't really impeding my stroke at all, and I just touched it. And so I stood up and I reset, and I thought to ask him if to move it back is pointless. He's not going to move it back. Had no factor, right? So then I got down and shot the ball, and he said it's a foul because I didn't ask him if he wanted to move it back.
Oh.
So you should always ask them because maybe they saw it and then they'll call you on it, right?
Yeah, and technically he's right.
He was.
It was a little bit of a dickish move, but technically he's right.
It was justified, I guess.
Yeah, caught with your pants down.
It was actually funny because I called Grant over because he was the ref.
Oh, yeah.
So he's like, well, let's see what the ref says. I'm like, I already know what Grant's going to say. It's a foul.
It is. I mean, the rules are the rules. I mean, there's no gray space on that one. But
Sean just played a really, really good shot there.
Sure did.
And George is going to try the bank again. This is a tricky little table to play on because there's a lot going on around it.
There's a lot of traffic. This table happens to be the first table right outside of the kitchen, so it is definitely tricky.
This is the one they always use for the finals and the feature table. You
Yeah.
can kind of crowd around this one more than the other ones. So. All right, let's see what Sean can do this time. He has a shot on the 15, but he's jacked up over the ball. He could cut the 11 in the side, but he's losing the cue ball a bit. Just eyeing up, playing safe again. Maybe try to get the cue ball behind the 15. Maybe even bump the 10 in front of the 2.
What do you do here? You take the 15 ball?
I tend to play too aggressive for these kind of situations. But I think the right shot is the one he's playing, which is half of the 10.
To sit in front of the 2 ball?
And try to get the cue ball behind the 15, because you can try to do 2 things there. He hit it too thin. That's what happened. Too thin. That's what the puzzled look is for.
Yeah. That might be trouble for Sean.
This can actually be a little bit weird on these slippery tables. This table does play a little slower than the other one, so he just tried to roll it.
Oh my, he missed it.
He didn't want to try to stun it in and risk hooking himself on the 11.
You know, we were watching Greg Karin's play on the other table earlier, and the first few games, the players could not adjust to the speed of the table. This was on table 9. But later, when the match kind of got, 2/3 of the way through, Greg figured it out. Rather than playing, firm shots, trying to play off the rail, rolling up, he ended up starting to tap balls and just playing the short side.
Yeah.
Because that's easier to gauge the speed, because that cue ball was just taking off.
Yeah.
It was going, a good 2 or 3 feet further than what you had planned.
Absolutely.
These tables are so slick.
I struggled a little against Jordan with the speed yesterday, and then my first match today was on the other table, and it's equally as fast.
Yeah.
I think I started to figure it out, though, which is good.
It's good.
But you got to play a much slower game.
Yes.
And hope the table rolls straight.
That is always a concern.
Well, Sean's still got a bit of trouble here. But I don't see a really good option for a safety, so he has to try to get out here. I think the 10 will pass the 2. And he can get short side on the 13, but what do you do with the 12? You might have to bank the 12. There's no good way to break out the 12 either, because you're going towards the 8 too much.
Yeah. It's going to be a little tricky. Sean is not in a good position right now. That is for sure.
He's trying to get on the 13 right away. Well, he may have a safety option here of flicking the 12. Sort of trying to stay behind it, but that's a tough shot too. Trying to figure out what he could do here. I'm not sure. This is a tough spot.
Yeah.
Kick the 12 in right now?
I looked at that, kicking the 12. I mean, ideally, if you kick the 12 and hit it square and stop the cue ball there, then it makes it tough. Like, you don't have a direct line on the 2 ball. You probably could play maybe rail first on that 2 ball, but
and that would make it tougher to get to the 5. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he's going to play a bit of a 2-way here and hook him on the 2 ball and leave him the bank on the 5 while calling this ball just in case. Oh, he doesn't want it to go over there.
I would really like to stand up and see how much space is in between that rail and that 8 ball. I don't know if he can, if he goes to the right-hand side of that 13 ball, I don't know if he can go rail off the 8.
No,
Off the rail off the
it's
8.
too far down.
You think so?
Yeah, looking at the table, it's too far.
Yeah, I can't see the table because this monitor is so ginormous.
Yeah. The only bonus with putting the 13 there is if he does get another shot, he'll have a relatively easy safety.
That's true.
Using the 13 to hide behind the 12. That's if George doesn't just get out here.
Oh, what a nice bank that was.
That was best case scenario for Sean, that he made that bank. Because it was nearly impossible to hold the cue ball. He's gonna have to masse it.
Oh, big stinky foul.
That is gonna help Sean's case ball in hand here. So I think you shoot the 12 in this lower left, and then you shoot the 13 in the upper right. You gotta make sure you pot the ball. Cue ball is a little close to that 12.
It's tight.
What's up, Todd?
These ball in hands are always, I mean, there's a pro and a con. I mean, you're getting ball in hand, get out your trouble balls, but you're so tight to that rail. It's no gimme.
The only other option he has here, and it's not a good one, would be to either shoot the 13 or the 12 and play it safe while getting one of those balls out of there.
Mm-hmm.
The problem is the 2 is right over the hole, so you can't leave him any kind of kick at the ball.
Yeah.
So I think this is really his only feasible option, is to try to make this ball. And then even the 10 to the 11 is not going to be a gimme.
I don't mind, like you were saying, if, you know, just to pick a ball out and leave safe. I don't mind maybe taking this 12 ball and shooting it towards the right side and moving the cue ball behind the 13. If you can lock it up behind that 13, I like that option.
Oh, this can work if he can shoot this jacked up and go into the 13 and push the 13.
It out.
That makes the pot a little easier.
Oh, but you got to make the ball, make the ball.
He overcut it by quite a bit, too.
And that 12 does not go back to a good place either. I don't know if George can actually see this 2 ball.
He can't. He's got to go rail first here. And it's not easy. The 2 is just a little far to the left to make this a walk in the park, 1 rail kick. Maybe Sean had that in mind when he played that shot.
Never know. He's going to go off the right-hand rail here. Oh, that was a nice shot.
Yeah, that's perfect. It's a good shot. Sean was in tough there. That wasn't easy. It's never fun having ball in hand and you're in one of those little tricky spots where you have to go for it. No. It rolled. It rolled into the pocket.
Oh, my goodness.
Just enough it rolled. That's why you don't hit it that slow, though. Didn't need to hit it that slow.
Wow.
Well, that was fairly unexpected. Let's see what's going on the other table.
Wow, there's okay. So, these are not the right names, guys. This is Lissa, our tournament director. And who is she playing? I'm not sure of her opponent's name.
I am not sure either.
I am not familiar with him. I don't think I've ever seen him before. So
Watch a little of Lauren Brooks. Looks to be in a bit of a pickle here.
Sorry, guys. We'll just switch over to this camera here because we know the names of these players. So this is Lauren, the owner of Corner Pocket, and he's playing Derrick Moore, I believe.
It's always nice to give the owner a little TV time.
Yeah, for sure. This is the gentleman who takes such good care of his equipment. Treats the players so good.
He plays pretty good too.
He sure does. And he's a VNEA ref.
He's a BCA ref too.
Is he both?
Mm-hmm.
That was a tough one. You were in tough there. I'm just going to go for a quick break, guys. I'll be right back.
What's up, Lou from New Jersey?
Obvious ice.
Yeah, Lauren's a lefty. He's a shark. Look at this little shot. Off the rail, off the ball to break out the 14. That was geniusly played. And it looks like it's either 5-5 or 6-4 for Lauren. I'm not sure what happened there, so we'll find something else to watch, I guess. Can watch a little of, I'm guessing Lauren won that match because Derrick's packing up. And this is the match that I play the winner of. Derrick will go to the B side, I believe. And hopefully Dwayne will finish relatively soon so we can play out that 9-ball as well. I think it was Troy on that other table, but that match is done now too. So we're running out of matches to watch. This one's at 4-3, so they still got a little ways to go. Mike Isaac at the table right now. I believe Greg's up 4-3. I think he's shooting stripes. I can't see by him here.
Didn't they play 9-ball last night? Greg and Sean? Play you? Where's my mic? It's my fault. It's my stream.
All right, we got Jesse Farhat tuned in, mic'd up.
It's a T, not a D. It's pretty rowdy here in Red Deer. 120 on a Saturday.
Something is exciting back there.
Yeah.
Let's see if I can make a scoreboard for this table.
Let's see what we got here. Mike Isaac's at the table. What is he shooting, high ball?
I believe he's high ball.
How'd you end up against Jordan on Thursday?
Jordan on Thursday,
At the Leather Pocket.
I ended up well.
Yeah.
I played well. Let's leave it at that.
It's good.
And then I also played well against Larry that night. And then I closed the pool hall, so it was a full day session.
It's hard to believe that you're so good at pool when you don't play at all.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
Yeah. So what is it? 4-3.
About to be 4-4 by the looks of it.
Could be. Okay, Karin's is the champion of the VNEA, or was it BCA that he?
He was the VNEA intermediate champ. I think this is a little thinner than it first appeared, but
Yeah.
he made a good shot anyway.
You're welcome. Good to see you.
Tied it up. It looks
Tied it
like
up.
looks like we got another match coming up on one of the other stream tables too. So
How many stream tables is there? Is
switch
there
you guys
3
back
or
and
2?
forth a little bit here and there. There's 2, and then the PTZ we can stream any one of the other ones in the room. And Neil's up 1-0 on Ronnie. Yeah, I figured it out, guys. Scoreboard's at the bottom now.
We only have 52 people today there, Benny.
So I'll tell you why that is. Last I checked, Ralph Souquet was playing Nick Economopoulos. And there was about 600 people watching that.
Really?
And there's about 6,000 people watching the snooker final between Neil Robertson and Ronnie O'Sullivan.
Yeah.
Repeat of the last tournament.
Yeah.
So that will always put a ding in other numbers.
I don't know why anyone would watch that if you can watch this 8-ball bar box championship from Alberta and Red Deer.
Exactly.
I don't know why you would watch the snooker.
We have a world champ at the table right now.
World champ.
He's a world champ.
Still was asking for spots against some of the players in Calgary after he won his tournament. That shows how good Calgary is then, hey?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That does say something for Calgary's caliber.
Yeah.
You can win the Vegas tournament and still need a spot
Yeah.
against like 8 players.
And Greg doesn't really need a spot.
No, he doesn't.
No.
He just really, really wants one.
Well, he's smart.
He is smart. He
Very
doesn't like to
smart.
give away his money.
Doesn't like to give away his money. I played with him last year in intermediate in VNEA. Great teammate. I like Greg.
He's a super nice guy anyway.
Yeah.
Terry watching in Toronto. Lyle, this is the Alberta Bar Box Championships in Red Deer, Alberta.
Let's mute real quick. Let's mute. Yeah. Oh, yeah, Paul. Greg can shoot. Greg can win, too, at any given time.
Oh, Ozzy needed a spot.
Yeah, Ozzy was in a sling. Why wouldn't he ask for a spot there, Paul?
He could barely move his left arm.
Surprised you don't wear a Greg Karin's T-shirt, Paul.
There's a draw sheet for the 8-ball, I believe. There's some of it right here. That's from yesterday. I'll have to take another picture today and put it up there somewhere. It's not online, but it'll be on Facebook at some point.
He's got to just pull back
Our fabulous
slightly,
tournament coordinator said she'll do that later.
Hey, pull back slightly on this one.
I think it's tough to draw here. I'd rather go around.
Perfect.
Like that.
Yeah.
He's going to have to do something with the 8-ball now.
8-ball goes by the 8-ball goes by the 13 in the bottom corner.
In the bottom left, yeah.
So you just got to go.
Just don't
get
hook
by the
yourself
11.
on the 11, yeah.
Yeah.
Just go between the 15 and the 11.
Yeah. There you go, a little hard, but it'll go to the side too if you hit it too hard. But
maybe he was playing the side. Judging by his body English, he was not playing for the side.
No.
But this is going to work just fine.
Yeah.
Off the rail, though, this is missable.
No.
Let's see how still he stays. Keeps his head down here.
There you go. Yeah.
In the heart for a 5-4 lead.
Great shot by Greg there.
This is where we are in Red Deer, Alberta at the corner pocket.
Except my name's
Commentators,
not on the commentator.
Grant, Ben, and Steph.
And guest commentators.
And guest commentator.
And the guest commentator is usually the best commentator, truthfully, but
Wow.
I don't want to toot my own horn, but
That goes
if
without
you
saying.
go all over the internets, I'm on there saying that he's the greatest.
The internets.
The internets, yeah. They have internets on computers now. Were you wearing your glove last night? I didn't even see. Are you
Yep.
full into the glove? Like
Oh,
that?
yeah.
Yeah?
Well, there's a lot of times I won't use it.
Do you wash the glove?
Of course. It smells like a hockey glove if you don't wash it.
I think I would not wash it and just have like a gross hand.
Pay Pompey does, and he smells it like to wake him up, he says.
Yeah, it's like smelling salts.
Yeah. You should see it. It looks really creepy when he does it. It's Jesse Farhat,
Hey,
Paul Beatty.
Paul Beatty. It's your good friend, Jesse.
But I was talking to somebody, I think it was Mike actually, Mike Isaac, about the glove. If consistency is the most important thing in pool, then the glove is very consistent.
Yeah. Just never really felt the need to play with the glove. But I've never been good at pool, so. I mean, if I was good at pool, I would definitely wear the glove.
I think if you played as much as I play, you would wear it.
Yeah, and
I think if you play a lot, I think it's a necessity.
Ben puts in like 3 hours a week, and that's how good he is. Imagine if Ben put in 6 hours a week. Eh?
Imagine 6 hours a week.
6 hours a week.
Could take on the world.
Take on the world. I played last night at Dave McFarland's garage.
Very good.
It's good. I was running backdoors like you wouldn't believe.
I bet.
Yeah.
The backdoor king.
Backdoor king. Just put a little lube in there and it's straight backdoor.
Well, he didn't get much love on that breakout. He's going to have to kick the 10 in.
Oh, wait, kick the 15.
He could kick the 15. Might be a bigger pocket if it goes off the 1.
Because even if you do get the 10, what are you going to, you have to play a combo?
Yeah, you're going to have to play a combo if you make the kick on the 10. But if you make the kick on the 15, you might get a good rub on the 12.
It's true.
Get it going somewhere, but he's in tough. He could jump the 10.
Yeah.
If he really wanted to. But that doesn't give him much shape either, so kick the 15.
Oh, just too thin.
He did call the side.
Yeah.
Just didn't get the right ball in the side.
What kind of shaft does Greg play with?
It's a Revo.
He plays with a Revo too.
He
hey?
was one of the original
Yeah.
Revos.
It kind of, it hits pretty good.
It hits good, yeah. Stiff. It's very stiff. And like 0 deflection. It takes some getting used to for sure.
Mike's turn to come up. I don't see any issues with this one.
Oh, except he almost didn't get that ball to the pocket. It's a big adjustment coming off of the other tables to this one. This one they're playing on now is way slower than the other ones.
Yeah. Wonder if we're going to get into some big 2 later.
Oh, there's going to be some.
I'm in for big 2. I know Jordan's in. Jordan's been ready for all week.
I'm definitely in.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
If Jordan's in, I'm in.
Yeah. We're all in.
Everyone's in if Jordan's
It'll be
in.
like 8. Like
There'd be people paying for a seat.
yeah.
Just
We'll get Ozzy's going to drive down here just to play.
yeah.
We'll get Ray Berry over here, too. Him and Jordan against.
That makes for a good big
That
2
makes,
game.
yeah, that's a great game. Kind of simple pattern for Mike here. Roll forward.
Yeah, he kept everything easy there. Never had to move the cue ball too much. Under hit that a little though. Now he's got to swing around.
Yeah.
Shouldn't be a problem
This
anyway.
is where you're begging that the 15 comes into play if you're Greg. Begging. No.
Oh, he hit it with inside beautifully.
That was a great shot.
Yeah, that's a really good shot.
Yeah. Still, you have to. Cue ball has to travel.
Blaine, big 2 is a card game. Kind of like poker.
Poker with using all the cards in your hand, so it's like playing what, asshole. Asshole with poker hands is what it is.
Right.
Yeah. Not using like the 1-eye jacks. The biggest card in the game is the 2 of spades. But I heard that if you Google it, it'll give you a better answer.
Really?
Apparently, there is this thing called Google.
Yeah, there
And
is.
people use it. They do. You used to be Google. Remember when we
I
used
still
to
am
commentate?
Google.
Ben, Encyclopedia Ben over here.
Remember you asked me where did the term billiards come from?
Yeah,
I had to
yeah.
find out, right?
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah,
If
it comes from the French word meaning stick, or something roughly translated.
Stick?
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
So it was somewhere along the line, that's what they decided to call this game.
Billiards.
Yeah.
8-ball.
If that makes any sense for anyone.
Not really. How's Johnny doing out in China?
Haven't heard.
He just gets. Yeah, you can't really. There is no talking to people when they go to China. You don't really get to do that.
He was on our Facebook group chat a couple times. He
Yeah.
got a couple funny pictures of Stan sleeping.
Yeah, that's right. They did. But is he playing or is he just?
Yeah, he's playing too, yeah.
He's playing too.
Last I heard, he won his first match, lost his second match, won his third match. But I think you had to win like 5 matches to get to the final stage.
Why don't we get you there?
Well, it's fairly easy to do.
Why don't we?
The entry for
It's
the
the-
qualifier
It's
in Richmond
Yeah.
is $30.
Yeah.
If you win, you get the entire trip paid.
But you have to pay for your hotel, don't you?
The flight, the hotel, the entry is paid.
What?
Yeah,
Why aren't we doing it?
I don't know. Because we're too busy with other dinky little tournaments.
Yeah, why aren't we going to China?
Let's do it. Blaine thinks no one made it through stage 1. Yeah, last I heard, like, Dan Louis missed stage 2 by 1 match.
So is it like round robin to start or how? Yeah.
Yeah, more or less, yeah. And then I think stage 2 is single elimination. Or possibly just the final 32 is single elimination. But
Yeah. So is Van Boning there or no?
Shane's in Bucharest right now.
Really? With the Gypsies? What's he
So-
doing out there?
there's a big tournament out there, the Mez Bucharest Open.
That'd be all right.
Big
I know.
tournament.
We didn't get invited, so it couldn't have been that big.
Well, that's why the numbers have been low, because Ralph was playing on the stream earlier against somebody out there. So there was lots of people watching that.
There's a lot of people in this world. We only got 46. How many people are actually watching pool right now on Saturday? Share the stream, everyone.
Not enough. Not enough. Yeah, I saw Pache got to play Chris Melling, lost 7-5. That's respectable.
That is yeah,
Considering Melling's probably the best 8-ball player in the planet.
yeah.
As far as creativity goes anyway.
Well, I don't know. He had the one good video where he made 3 miraculous shots.
The craziest out you ever see in 8-ball. But he's
Is that-
also made a bunch of other wizard outs too.
Jason Shaw would give him the beatdown.
I don't know about the beatdown.
The beatdown.
I don't know about in 8-ball.
Yeah.
I feel like Chris is a better 8-ball player. Because all those Brits, they grew up playing English 8-ball. They're way better at it than us.
He's still good. Looks like I would say he's my favorite player right now.
Shaw?
Yeah.
He's my favorite shooter. I don't know if he's my favorite human being.
I like him as a person. I don't care if he cheers.
He's fiery.
yells.
No, I love the cheering.
Yeah.
But there's been times when
They're all like
been
that.
more than cheering. They're not all like that.
Name one player.
Some of them are pretty nice guys.
Yeah.
But I do like the energy. I think there needs to be more of that in pool.
Yeah.
The energy is important.
Gets
right?
people going. Everyone's happy, joking around.
Oh,
But then, do they really have a lot of energy in golf?
yeah, that's what I mean. Like, it wasn't long ago that people started getting a little more fired up in golf, right?
Yeah.
And it's done wonders for the crowds. Crowds have been huge, right?
Crowds have been huge.
Waste management adds like another tier to the
Yeah.
dome every time kind of thing, right?
I've golfed there.
Yeah.
I've golfed at Waste Management, and it does not look like anything to do with the PGA.
No?
Like at all. No, they make that course look unbelievable for the
Just
fans
for that event.
and everything. But when you're there, you're like, well, okay, there's a little bit of stands there, but
Yeah.
it's not like,
They bring everything in
Yeah.
just for that event. Yeah.
yeah. Sorry, what's a douche Seuss plane? I'm not familiar with that term. I'd like to, if you could elaborate on that, that'd be wonderful. And Strickland, yeah, Strickland has its moments, definitely.
Oh, it's another one just so talented you can't
You
take that away from him.
You should be able to beak people. In every other sport, there's always a couple on there that are fiery, and they do wonders.
Yeah, there's a fine line there somewhere too, though.
How could pool be considered a classy sport?
Because of snooker.
Yeah, snooker is classy.
That's where
pool is not.
But everyone has the same hopes for pool, that it'll follow snooker and then we'll get paid like snooker.
Oh, no. No. We would get paid because we would get paid if we were less classy and we didn't pretend we were classy.
I think it's about 110,000 pounds to win this snooker tournament right now.
Yeah, but no one wants to watch. No one wants to watch this.
The problem with the snooker tournament is it's a race to 13.
Yeah, I know.
So they're going to play it over 2 days, and it's going to take 8 hours a day. But it takes a strong mind to watch 16 hours of snooker over 2 days.
They should make it like after every game, they have to like down a pint of booze or like a schooner, right?
That would be funny.
And then the one that's the drunkest after the certain amount, he loses.
That would be entertaining for sure.
Yeah. Oh, Robertson's up 2, and O'Sullivan's going to get a nice little century on this one.
He's looking at 1,008 right now.
What, centuries?
Yeah. You didn't see last week when he ran the 1,000th?
I'm sure I've seen it. I did watch it. I didn't know when that was or anything. I just watched it.
Yeah.
He mesmerizes me on the
It was
table.
in the final frame to win the tournament and to get the 1,000th.
Oh.
Sure.
Can't escape me.
I'll go 10. Is it arm length for 10? Why not?
3 tickets for 10.
Where are we at, the Flames game?
What, you're taking me to a Flames game?
Thank you.
Thank you. I guess it's 2-1 Neil over Ronnie.
It is 2-1 now, yeah.
Yeah.
Because Ronnie just ran like 80 balls or something, 80 points.
Okay,
And
what are they saying?
It looks like
Larry said don't ask for an elaboration. Why not, Larry? Why can't we know what a douche, what does that do? What are the function of this douche? Because is it a pool player? Is that what the adjective would be on that one?
Oh, Mike's in good shape here to take a lead, get on the hill. This is a big rack.
You go 7-3-2 here, or what do you do?
7-2-3.
You roll forward on this one then?
Just a stun out to about 4 inches off the rail. This is perfect. Just because the 2 was so easy right now, I like getting rid of it right now. While it's there, you don't have to move the cue ball too far. Yeah. It's easy enough to get from the 3 to the 8.
Perfect. I think I met Mike here.
Probably. Mike travels here lots.
Yeah.
You would have seen him in Penticton.
I think it was here for
You played him in Penticton.
The Remembrance Day one. That was a great tournament before, remember? Like 105 players.
Yeah. I think I won it when there was 70 something
Okay.
2 years ago.
Always got to bring your own little anecdotes to it, eh? John Pay.
There was 70 something players when I won it, and last year there was like 16.
Well, some of us don't win tournaments, okay?
I know, it's painful.
Yeah. Actually, yes, I did see him shoot with a left-handed. That was the one. Okay, yeah, I got that.
That's correct. Blaine, it is a best of 25, which is a race to 13.
How much is first place in that one?
I think around 100,000 pounds, maybe 110.
How come we should get more sponsors here? No one wants them.
Pictures are posted.
Draws posted on
Facebook.
Corner Pocket's Facebook page and Red Deer Pool Scene. If you guys are out there looking for the draw.
It's all on the Facebook?
If I can find it, I'll share it in the CSL page. I tried that and I didn't know how to do that.
Oh, and Mikey's on the hill. Probably mark that score in. Sort of important.
Sure. I haven't really congratulated you for being the Canadian champion for 9-ball.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that was a good one. I could be Alberta Bar Box 9-ball champion, too, if I can win a couple more matches.
It's true. I think it did say that Derrick Moore was watching.
He was watching.
You're getting the beat down, Derrick.
Hopefully Dwayne was watching. I got to deal with Dwayne first.
Well, then Derrick's getting the beat down.
And then Derrick.
Brooklyn beatings for everyone.
And then I'll worry about Eric and Joe when the time comes.
Yeah.
That's kind of how I'm dealing with today, too, you know. When the time comes.
We're at the Alberta Box Championships. It's a 9-ball or 8-ball, 9-ball, 10-ball event. 9-ball was last night. 8 balls today, 10 balls tomorrow.
They do an all-around, too.
Yeah,
they call it the king of the bar table.
King of the bar table.
King of the bar box.
I've never won that established.
I got
trophy.
second once.
Who won?
In
Stan won that one, didn't he?
Pache.
Gotta love that guy. I remember watching him at Chill. He's a player. He's far from chill on the table, though. He's very intense.
Wayne, is that Snooker Pay TV? No, it's on Facebook.
Yeah, it's all on Facebook Live.
It's all over Facebook. You can find it on there. But you're watching this, so.
Derrick, you're still watching, I thought? Where are you? I know you're here somewhere, but. Why don't you come to the booth and say hello?
It's all I do is worry, Derrick.
It's true. He's losing all the hair.
$14-0.
9-ball, Ben Francis champion. Ben Francis is the game time champion, okay? That's That's how I know Ben Francis. Him and his little crony buddies, they used to go to game time every single.
Pay Pompey.
Yeah, Pay Pompey, and they would rig the draw.
the $10 tournament.
And if you ever got Ben in the first round, you just looked at him and just let him get past. I did see him lose. Mike Ollinger beat him once, and Ben was mad.
I've been mad once or twice when I've lost, yeah.
It's bad.
Teresa, those are for the viewer advantage. So if you win, you get your choice of one of the three, Jacoby Blackshaft, T3 jump break cue, or $620 Canadian. So you got 3 entries on that for the $60 you sent us, ma'am. Mike at the table looking at closing this out, but it's very tough.
Is he low or high ball?
He's got to be high ball because there's 6 stripes and 7 solids, so I assume he's high ball. This is sort of workable if he can get.
Oh, I don't like the shot on the rail though.
No, he didn't want to be there. If he could shoot the 9 and maybe nudge the 5 to open the pocket for the 15. He's still going to have to do something with the 14. He might end up having to bank the 14. What's he doing here? I don't like it. I don't like it, but it can work. The 15 goes now in that lower right. So he could shoot the 9 now. Pounded the table. Sure.
What, Ben pounding the table?
Possibly. I broke dry once maybe and wasn't happy. There's a good chance. That's happened before.
That's a decent shot as long as he gets on that 12. I don't know if he has it.
No, I don't think he's going to like this.
Yeah.
Wonder if he can bank the 14 on the side and get the cue ball out of the way. I don't know if that's possible. Tough to tell if he can see enough of the 12. Looks like maybe he can.
Just a little thin. No. So this one could be going hill-hill in the matter of couple minutes.
The last match went hill too that we were watching on the other table, so could get 2 hill in a row.
I like it.
Giving the fans what they want to see. He's got a long shot on the 4, or he can cut the 5 right now. I think you got to cut the 5 in now.
How do you know the fans want to see a hill-hill, man?
I don't know. I just assume.
Did you do a poll?
Yeah. The brackets are not on CompuSport, Chad.
Nope.
We're just doing paper draws for this one.
Yeah, just like they did back in the 2017s. Paper draw.
Was I having a problem breaking in Niagara? Not really. Just a couple dry breaks at inopportune times. Stop me from going further in the 8 ball.
Were you hitting the second ball?
I hit about every different way possible.
You guys were doing that head ball for a bit.
And then in the team event, we definitely figured it out. I watched Joe, and then I just did what Joe was doing, and it worked out perfect.
Head ball from the left side there. Hey?
Well, and from bridging off the rail, so you get more snap, right?
Yeah, so it jumps off, skips.
But when I was playing singles, I was breaking down the middle, but bridging on the table.
Yeah.
And it was working good. I just had a couple dry breaks at bad times, right?
It happens to the worst of us.
The worst of us.
Yeah.
Second ball wasn't working at all. Eric kept trying it. It was not working.
Well,
otherwise, usually I would go to that. If I'm having trouble breaking, that's my go-to.
Go to second ball. At least you know that you should get back to the table. In my, with the players that I play, you probably will get back to the table, but
no.
Can't do that against.
You can't do that against good players.
Smart people.
Oh, Greg tried to use the 4 to hook him on the 12.
I don't know if he got that.
He could bank this in. I think he can see enough of the 12 to bank it in the pocket where the cue ball is right now. I don't think there's anything good over there.
I think you got to hit 14. The 50. I think you have to put the 14 by the 2-3.
Really?
Tie it right up.
You're going to tie it up.
Yeah.
And then just hope.
Well, you got to break that out somehow.
Well, I'm going to bank the 12, and then I'm going to break it out off the ball on the side.
2-2.
Teresa, we're going to do the draw tomorrow night, I believe, when the tournament's done.
There you go. Teresa, just for you.
If you're wondering what Teresa's talking about, guys, it's the CSL Viewer Advantage Winner's Choice. Get a Jacoby Black shaft, a T3 jump brake cue, or $620 Canadian.
Should have one where Ben gets to take you on a date.
No, let's not do that. Ben doesn't have time for that.
Sure you do. You only play
for
3 hours a week.
For the right price. Yeah, I only play 3 hours a week. Yeah.
Yeah, you're the best pool player in the world for 3 hours a week.
Well, it might cost more than $20 per ticket for that advantage pack.
Nothing wrong with that.
Todd,
oh, what a shot.
Oh, that's great. He got super unlucky, though. Todd, I didn't finish watching it, but I tuned in just after he'd missed. He was on like 300 and something.
See, now you make that bank, and then what? You
well,
gotta get lucky.
Ideally, you're not right there.
You got to get lucky on those two.
No, he could have controlled shape maybe a little better, but it's tough to make the bank and get shape.
Yeah.
But if he had any look at that 15 in the side, then he could develop it, right? It's Jesse Farhat with me, Teresa.
I'd send money in for that too, Teresa. I'll be honest with you. See, he got the breakout on that one, but now he has to hope that Greg doesn't get out.
Well, he's left him really funny here.
No, I think he can make the 7.
If
you make the 7, you should get out.
Yeah, he's got to back cut it in the lower right. It's not an easy shot.
Yeah, or you can also play safety off the 7 too and try to go underneath.
Greg's gonna play safe here.
The 2-3. Or else put the cue ball down by the bottom there.
Yeah, he can put it up table
chip
there.
The
is
4
fine.
by the side pocket.
Yeah.
Put the cue ball all the way back down.
I don't mind that. That's probably lowest risk, but then you risk that Mike finds a shot, right? Oh, that's a smart shot. He knew he was going to hit the 15. He's bumping those balls back in there. It's a good shot.
Definitely. That's a VNEA World Champion shot right there. For the definitely.
Well,
intermediate. You were in that tournament.
I was in that tournament.
You watched that whole thing.
I got 5th, 6th in that tournament.
You cheered, though. You were ecstatic, too.
I lost to Sean McKay, Hill. He broke and ran out. And then Sean lost to Greg. And then Greg won the tournament. So
your voice kind of cracked there. What happened? What's going on?
It could have easily been me that won that tournament is what I'm saying, if I got through Sean. But yeah. Greg played fantastic the entire weekend. He ran a lot of racks, and he had a lot of close matches that he did well to win.
Definitely. To win any tournament down there is tough.
So tough. So tough.
Made the final brackets. So there's that.
That was one of my trophy bubbles, one of my many trophy bubbles.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. We talked about that down in Vegas.
Yeah, when McKay ran me out, Hill.
That's why
4th place got a trophy at least.
That's why Sean McKay gets the beat down from you.
That's why.
Every single time he plays.
I don't feel bad beating him 7-0. Let's put it that way.
No, you just keep going. Some people will give you a game just to kind of give you a smile on your face.
He's a funny guy, too, so he had to crack a joke at the end of the match when he ran out, Hill, and he was like, that was easy. My face was probably so red, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
That was easy, he says, after the biggest sweat of a match ever, right?
You probably went and got some clam chowder. Remember that stuff? The clams. What was that place called? The bistro there at Bally's.
Yeah.
Nosh.
Nosh.
Yeah. That's some good stuff there.
They do have some good stuff there.
Yeah, the soup and salads are deadly.
It's like $40 for a soup there, though.
No, it's expensive, but look at this. Does he have a magnifying glass out?
Oh yeah.
Or he has the light on his phone?
We're doing this the old-fashioned way.
Oh, he used the light on his phone to see if the 3 was frozen.
They're so old and their eyes are so bad.
No.
Well, that makes sense, I guess. I don't know if I've ever seen anyone do that.
If Mike Isaac,
Use the light, yeah.
hold on, where is
Usually you just use your hand to block the light.
If you have like a little flashlight, they have a little flashlight on my keys. If you put it like underneath in between the rail,
Yeah,
that little
then you can
pocket,
see, yeah.
you can see the light come up.
Interesting.
See, but then the balls are still tied up. This is a stupid shot.
Yeah, it's not developing. It's not a developing safety. It's just a safety thing. When you play that shot, you have to think, what's my next play and my play after? Like,
Well,
how am I going to win this
see,
game, right?
If Mike makes a hit here, those balls are still tied up.
Yeah. Well, now if you're Mike, you just fight to get that ball out, right?
Yeah.
As soon as you get the 14 out, you're a huge favorite.
Like you have to sink his ball here. You have to sink the 15.
Yeah.
And then all bets are off.
Yeah, he can go off the left side of the 4 and make the 15. You run the risk of scratching, though. You might follow it in.
Yeah.
Used to use a cigarette. Yeah, I've seen that before, but it's a good shot.
Great shot.
Let's see, though. Maybe this corner bank goes.
Yeah.
Can he see enough to bank it in the top left? That'll be the question. Teresa, I would recommend the Jacoby Black shaft. But the Danielson hit's good, so I'm sure when I get my Jacoby, I'll still be playing with both.
I'm not playing Dwayne, Derrick, because I'm not in the tournament. But I'm sure.
No, he means when am I playing
Oh,
Dwayne?
you're talking about the person in the tournament.
Right.
I wasn't sure what you meant there, Derrick. But
Well, I would love to play him anytime. He's at 4-3 right now in his second 8-ball match. So possibly at some point tonight. I don't know. The sooner the better, really.
where are you looking? Where's Dwayne's?
He's on table 5.
Oh.
So it looks like Mike's eyeing up maybe banking the 14 off the 8 in the side or off the
Maybe
8
so.
in the corner.
Either way, you got to get it off that rail.
Yeah.
And you can't break out the 2-3.
Yeah, you just get it out and you leave the 2-3 there and
And
you're
then-
not in bad shape.
And then you hope and pray that he can't get the proper breakout.
Yeah.
But as long as that 14 ball is in the open, if you can get it close to a pocket, even better, so you can kick at it.
Absolutely.
I think if you put a hat on Mike Isaac, he looks like Sean McKay.
Yeah, I think he tried to play off the 8. He's going to be in jail here, though.
Yeah.
And now
Yeah.
Greg can probably develop this ball and hook him.
Yeah. Yeah, you really had to time where that 14 ball was going because you want to keep it over a pocket.
Yeah, you don't want it on the rail over there. That's not a good spot for it, really.
No.
But there wasn't a ton he could do.
No. Good game with it, although.
They're having a little battle to try to get it to Hill. Greg can't afford to make a mistake. Mike can. Mike has one mistake left, possibly, because I think it's going to be Greg's break next.
When do you play next, you figure?
No idea. Probably soon. Because I would imagine these guys are behind, so it might be like half an hour or so, depending how long this takes.
Oh, James Neal's playing tonight.
We got a Flames game happening tonight.
We're on the mic. I like it. I dig it.
Yeah, come back at 10, Derrick. That should work.
Do you know when you call? Have you ever seen your picture for when you call me up on my phone?
No.
I got a good one one time, I think at the Hideout.
It's that old, eh?
Oh, yeah.
That's got to be a 10, 11-year-old picture.
Yeah, it's wonderful. Where's my contact? I don't even know. There we go. My bell? No.
Oh, he played the safe, but not how I thought he would play it.
Who, Greg? I thought he'd go forward.
He's
not
left
give
him
him
another
he'd have
free
to-
swing. It's another free shot for Mike.
Yeah.
He might be able to bank this ball in the pocket where the cue ball is. If not, he's got to kick between the 7-3. Try to kick this ball in. There's definitely no bank in the side. 7's definitely in the way of that.
You look like you're 17 there.
That is hilarious. Probably because I'm 18 or 19. That's why.
Yeah, so every single time. So I've had an iPhone ever since then. So every
That's
single time
funny.
you call, it just comes up.
That
on
is too
face.
funny.
It's so funny. It's terrible.
Good thing I never call, hey?
Yeah, I know.
Just always text.
Always text.
Look at this. He made it.
Oh,
He made it. What a great shot. And well deserved too. I
What a
mean,
shot, Mike.
he grinded that game pretty well. He did everything right.
Yeah.
So I think when he makes this ball, we're going to shut it down and restart it for the next match.
Yeah.
So we'll be back in about 10 minutes, if not sooner. I'll see what Miss Stephanie Toy is doing.
Later, guys. Thank you for letting me commentate. Please share the stream.
Thanks for sitting in. All right, guys, so if you haven't already, go to our Facebook page, click the like button. That way you get notified every time we go live. Go to the YouTube channel, click the subscribe button. You get notified there as well. And we'll see you back shortly.